I'm going to start by opening up our classroom app, which is, you remember, our orange icon with our person in front of a white rectangle. Tap on this, we'll be taken to our classroom dashboard. You'll see I've got a couple of classes already set up here. This hasn't changed, and how we go about setting up our classes is primarily the same. So we start by pressing on the blue plus icon in this square here, and we get our new class information in here. We have our same option to give our class a name. So if I just call this S2 English, for example. But what you will notice is a new addition underneath our class name, which is the location. Now we have to select a location, and this will give us the option to add our classes and pupils directly into this. There is no more need for a join code. And if I just tap on location here and press select, you will be given a list of any schools that you are associated with. So I only have one here to choose from. So if I choose Hoyk High School, this will set my location and give me access to the pupils within my location. The other icons are just the same, so we can choose whatever icon we would like and whatever colour icon we want to. When we're happy with that, click on done, and we'll have our class added to the dashboard. Now that my class is ready to go, then I need to be going in and adding my pupils. So if I select my class here, you will see that add students appears in the middle of our screen in the blue bar. When I tap on this now, I will have a list of all pupils that are available within my school location that I added in the previous step. What you will also notice is on the right of the students' names is their Apple IDs. Now this is an exciting new development because the addition of their Apple IDs opens up the collaboration tools within the Apple apps for us. So within Pages and Keynote, we can now add in these student IDs and allow them to work together on documents, or as a whole class, I can add in all of my pupils using their Apple IDs and we can collaborate on a document together. This was not possible before in the old app and the old system, so this is a brilliant new tool that we have at our disposal through this update, which means that we, especially during our current climate, can still be encouraging pupils to work together, even virtually, within some documents, and utilise these tools to their full extent. Okay, we have the option to either scroll through our list and select pupils that we want to add, or we can search each pupil by name, which is a lot faster process. And as soon as we start typing in a name, it starts to find those for us and we can add those in. When we are happy and we have added all the students that we want to our class, we would simply tap on add in the top right hand corner, and these pupils will be automatically added to our class. Another real benefit of this is because there is no longer a join code for the classes, it stops pupils being able to add in nicknames or silly names, which means they are more difficult to find and locate within a class, or silly names come up on our screens when we're doing screen sharing. It also allows us the ability to add in extra teachers to an existing class, and this will help them. So if a supply teacher is coming in, they will see full names properly and be able to identify these pupils more easily. Once we've added our pupils into our classes, then we can go in and see one of the main changes that have given us teachers even more power by using the classroom app. If I open up my home class here and bring up my first pupil, you will see the pupil dashboard has many features that we are used to. So top left here, we can open up apps for them, okay, and lock them in to an app so that they're not being distracted by anything else. We can navigate them to web pages or to books to read. And we can even lock down their iPad. Okay. And unlock it when we want to. But in the bottom right, we now have a new icon, which has a keypad in its... Now that you have your pupils added to your class, I'm going to show you some of the main features, once again, that we have available within the Classroom app, and also the new updated options that we have. So I'm going to open up my home class here, and tapping on my first pupil there will bring up their individual dashboard. You will see on the dashboard that we have some of the normal options that we had available before. So the first top left icon allows us to open up an app on the pupils' iPads and even lock them into that app so they cannot go into anything else and are focused on that work that we want them to be. We can choose the next option, navigate, which allows us to navigate to books or even to Safari web pages. And again, we have that lock option to stop them from roaming onto something else. We can hide their screen from them, and we can even lock their iPad, stopping them from working and bringing their focus back to us. And we can unlock them with the touch of that same button as well. What you might notice is new to the pupil dashboard is the icon in the bottom right hand corner here that is labelled as password. By tapping on this icon, we are being allowed the opportunity to reset a pupil's Apple ID password. Now, this was not allowed to be done before. This usually had to go out to CGI, and it became a bit of a pain. So when you needed a pupil to download an app and they didn't know their Apple ID password and it had signed out, it meant that you couldn't get them to download that app. More importantly, now when we're using the collaboration tools, if a pupil can't sign in with their Apple ID password, then they might not be able to access those shared documents that we are sending to them. So having this ability to reset a pupil's password is going to be really, really important and a positive step forward. The first time you tap on reset password option, then you'll be asked to sign in with your Apple ID. Once you have signed in with your Apple ID, you will be brought this little pop-up screen that just checks that you are sure you want to reset the password. This will send out a temporary password, and the student will be asked to create their own new permanent password. This gives the teacher the opportunity to help them process how to make a good password, a memorable password, and also to keep that password safe so that they can reuse that going forward. So it's a brilliant tool that we now have available to us directly within the Classroom app, allowing us to be a lot more streamlined and plan opportunities for our learners much more easily without worrying about these little issues getting in the way of being able to do that.